Yeah, hello, welcome back to Countrified OutDoors. Here I am, the Ben Telly this morning, and this election's really been on my mind. I don't know what we're going to do as the people of this country if Kamala Harris wins this election. You know, I've been looking at several interviews, including the debate, and she has failed to answer a single question. You know, she dodged all the way around it, but will not answer with a straight answer. You know, opportunity zone. Well, our first question, what is an opportunity zone? And if she could answer that, well, I'd like for her to answer how she plans on implementing it. And I haven't heard Trump nor Miss Harris say anything about cutting the budget on anything about, you know, all this spending. But she wants us to vote for her for President of the United States to run this country. I don't know if we're the largest economy now or China, but she wants to be in charge of it and has never ran anything. Now, who in their right mind would hire somebody to run a big corporation who had never run anything? You know, she's been a government employee except for the time that she thought she may have worked for McDonald's, but nobody's got no records or no pictures or nothing else of that. You know, I guess she dreamed it or something. I don't know. But the press sure is not going to answer her. But, you know, but I think the press is probably is a worse enemy to us as citizens than the politicians are. The press is not doing their job by taking either side. You know, ask the questions, just tell the facts, leave your political agenda out of it. You know, you and I make up our own minds which way we want to go after we hear the facts. But we're not hearing the facts unless you turn on Fox or Newsmax or one of those. And you know, they lean right, so I ain't saying that's no better. They should tell the facts too, on both sides. But the press is just not, it's just not doing their job. They're not doing their job. And you know, a lot of times I'm sitting here on my phone, and I look up there, and I get through the articles under Google News there, and yet have I seen anything, a positive statement about Donald Trump, nor have I seen anything negative about Kamala Harris. But they're fair and impartial. Come on, really? I don't know about these people. But Kamala, even her first choice that Tim wants for vice president, She'd have been better just to walk out on the White House steps and just pointed at somebody. You know, I don't know how many lies they've called him in so far. If I hear one more thing about Trump is going to take your democracy away, oh my word. But the working people of this country is what keeps this country going. And I was a small business owner. I owned a heating and air conditioning company. And the taxes are designed to keep the working people working. It's not for you to get ahead. No, it's to keep you working. I got a friend of mine who did construction work. It was a union job. He made good money. And they were working 7 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day. And they figured on Sunday they won't make it. He won't make him at $5 some an hour. I tell you what, these dogs, I don't know. But he won't make him at $5 some an hour working on Sunday after taxes and stuff. You know, the government was making more money than he was. Now that's really helping the working man. And I said for years, I said, well, we got to pay taxes. In the first 40 hours of a work week, yeah, you should be taxed, but not as bad as we're taxed. And anything over there should be yours. So I really think that's a great idea from Trump. But I think the first thing you need to do is cut spending. But no, they want to talk about Trump wants a woman, she can't choose her right to an abortion. But Roe versus Wade was nothing to do with that. Trump is just trying to send the power back to the people, to the state, the local levels, and let the people decide on it. You know, I'm not for an abortion. That's between God, you, and your doctor if you want one. I hope you wouldn't choose one, but you know, you decide that, not me, not the president. That's your choice. Stop here and take a look at the creek here just a second and see what it looks like. I thought that hurricane gonna hit Florida today, so yeah, we got a little water here. This is a little creek. Oh, the river must be high. It's all back up in the woods over here. Creek normally goes off to the right over here, but we're all back to the left. Okay, I'm back with you. Now, let's see, where did I stop? I came home the other day. A little red car pulled up, and a lady was driving. She gets out and asked me about my name, and I said, yes, ma'am, this is he. Well, she handed me a piece of paper with Trump and asked me to consider voting for Trump and to vote early, October 17th, I think, here in North Carolina. And that's the first time I've had someone representing the Republican Party stop by and ask me. I think on one of the last videos I did, I asked somebody to respond, why should I vote for a Democrat? And I haven't had one person respond yet. But if I get to the polling booth and I see one of them Democrats come running out to me, I'm going to ask them, I'm not being smart. Just give me a legitimate reason. Well, I think, if they think long and hard, they could probably come up with one answer, but definitely not two. And I'm kind of like what Trump said. If Kamala Harris had all these great ideas, I think she should have discussed them with Biden. But they hadn't had no ideas. Not to help this country anyway. Probably to take more of our rights away is about the only discussion they've had. And I say anybody, especially these poor neighborhoods where the schools are no good in their neighborhoods and these big cities. I think the main reason that I think you should vote Republican would be school choice. Education will help your children get out of poverty if you care about them. Now, I was a police officer for a while, and there's some parents out here just don't care about their kids. They want them if there's an advantage. If they're not, they're just a burden. But whatever amount of money is allotted for each student should go with the student. If they want to go to a charter school, private school, a different school. But the teachers union is not going to have that. There's too much money in the teachers union. But the money's not out there for the school teacher. It's up front there in those front offices at these county schools. That's where all the money's at. A superintendent making a couple $100,000 a year. I don't know, folks. Well, like we had a little rain down here this morning. See the road's wet over here. Truck parked here side the road for somebody working. No. Now let me jump over here to state politics for just a minute. Like I say, I'm here in North Carolina. And all I've seen on TV is allegations for Mark Robinson, running for governor on the Republican ticket, of course, supposedly had made some remarks on a porn site or something. But they're allegations, allegations. Well, the Republican Party, if you read, is about to dump him. He needs to drop out. All over an allegation that anybody could have made. Well, I'm here to tell you, even if he did do whatever he said he did, I'm still, he still got my vote. I'm going to give him a shot anyway. I remember when I was growing up, I used to hear my parents kind of talk a little bit about how crooked the government was, and I just refused to believe that. The greatest country ever known to mankind. I just refused that our political leaders were corrupt. Well, today I've got no doubt in my mind that they're corrupt. No wonder other countries don't want to get along with us. I heard this morning that the governor, I mean not the governor, but the mayor of New York City, well, he's been indicted. I don't know what for, some federal indictment. You know, I know he had a disagreement with Harris and Biden over the border issue and the immigrants. So I'm not saying that's what it's over. But they didn't say, I don't know. I guess the indictment will be unsealed sometime today, and we'll know what the indictment, what he's, being accused of anyway. But getting back to the corruption, you take AOC there out of New York. The people, I cannot believe the people actually voted for that lady. Who's supposedly a bartender. Now she's a multi-millionaire. Now please explain that to me. Explain it to me. Somebody needs to follow the money. Follow the money. Then you got these companies like when Obama was there, you got millions of dollars for the solar stuff, Solyndra or something like that, for the solar stuff. And a few months later, well, they're bankrupt. Nobody's asked about the money, where the money at. See that car running there at the stop sign right there? He just peeled run that stop sign. And I'm gonna turn around and head back toward the house. I think I've been about 4 or 5 miles already. The people, we got to take the government back over. The government's got to work for the people. If we're gonna keep this here democracy we got. And it ain't Donald Trump. He's trying to keep it for you. I honestly believe that. But if them Democrats accuse the Republicans of doing something, they're in the process of doing it, or already most likely have already done it. What's the senator's name from? I believe it's Connecticut. I believe it is. One Trump called Pencil Neck. They had the proof that Trump was colluding with Russia. He had the proof. And he still hadn't produced it. So, they're going to go tell straight up lies. Straight up lies. I mean, not stretch the truth, but just a flat out lie. And the people keep voting those people back in the office. And we expect things to get better, but we vote the same people back in office. Yeah, I think Kamala Harris was asked, were you better off 4 years ago now? And I guess the world again before she answered that question. But she can answer it. Back the Democrats were thinking about taking her out for vice president. So they thought Biden would do better with a new vice president. Her popularity was real, real low. Then they appointed her to run as the Democrat nominee. Overnight, she becomes Cinderella. You turn this camera back on. Look at the horses. Here's a dog here I hadn't seen before. So when it's time to go vote, you need to think about not just you and your family. Think about your kids, your grandkids if you got them, or even if you hope to have grandchildren one day. You want them at least to have the opportunity you have, and not for the government to tell them what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and how they're going to do. and depend on the government for survival. So you think about that when you're in the voting booth, and you do what you think is right for you and your family. And I'm gonna get off here again, but thank y'all for riding along with me here today. We're back here at this red truck again. But I'll be glad when this political stuff is over with. I've about heard all I want to hear. And I know I can cut it off, but I just hope somebody will get Kamala to answer some of those questions, because I definitely don't want to miss that. But yeah, thank y'all again for riding along with me. This is Lee with Countrified Outdoors. See you next time.